AI is completely transforming my business. It's adding millions to the bottom line, and it can do the same thing for you too. So it's no longer just a buzzword. All the talk about agents, it's real now. And you couldn't say that a couple years ago. You couldn't even say that a year ago because a lot of the stuff was more manual. It's a lot more conceptual. But I'm going to show you today how I'm using agents. I'm going to show you today how we're using AI avatars. So stick to the end. It's going to be good stuff. So the key to all this is AI stacks. It's the stack that you use. And it isn't just one tool, it's a combination of things. And the more you figure out how these stacks play in with each other, the better. And what I mean by stacks is just the products, the tools that you're using. And I'm going to show you the tool set that I'm using. I'm going to show you how I'm using it also from a personal level as well. I'm going to show you how it's not only going to help your business, I'm also going to show you how it's going to help you from a health standpoint so you can live longer as well. And the crazy part is this, we are just starting to scratch the surface of this stack. The old way of doing this is, okay, we're gonna have to figure out all these prompts, gonna generate these AI generated images, but they all look like they're kind of weird. We're no longer at that stage anymore. We're at the stage now where these things are actually doing things for you, and I'm gonna show you how you can actually daisy chain these things together and build virtual employees that will not only save you money but make you more money. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you is ChatGPT operators. This is their first version of AI agents, and it's practical and it's simple for someone like you and me to use. Now, the simple piece would be, okay, well, you can use it for all recipes. You can have it find a restaurant with a great happy hour for Wednesday for 6 people and have it book it for you. You can use it for StubHub, but we're talking about using it for business here. So what I have is an example. Let's say we're trying to find an SEO director. So I say, find and add 50 SEO director candidates to the SEO project in LinkedIn Recruiter, which is what we use for recruiting, right? The candidate should be based in the United States with at least 2 promotions for the last job, a minimum of 5 years of experience. And then I just put a whole host of other things over here. And they should be 2nd and 3rd degree connection, so not people that are at least connected to me on LinkedIn. So my recruiting team, they use their own LinkedIn, but they also use my LinkedIn too. And so what I would say here is, okay, this is a good starting point if you're actually interested in the output. So this is what it looks like. Yesterday, I just left it running over the weekend because I was keen to test it out. It sourced 86 candidates and added them to the SEO project inside LinkedIn Recruiter, which is what the team uses for recruiting for this specific role. That's pretty cool. So imagine all the time that you can save on this now, all the time that your team can save. And not only are you going to save time, they are going to have a lot more output when it comes to sourcing, not just any candidate, but the right candidates. Because when we look at these candidates, they actually do show a history of getting promoted at least 2 times. Because we want people that have been promoted, not just once, ideally 2 times, because it shows that the companies that they've worked at actually value them. Versus someone that's been at the same role at one company for 8 years, that means the company didn't see a lot of value to promote them. The other problem is you might have people that job hop all the time. We also don't want those people. But to have to do that manually, this is perfect for an agent to do. I believe we're scratching the surface with agents right here, but this initially already shows you the possibilities. I see the Box CEO, he's actively showing that the agent's making all these files, these folders, and then it's also putting the right files into the right folders too. So it's sorting for you at scale. It's doing a lot of work that usually humans would avoid. That's going to help a lot of companies make millions and millions and millions of dollars. And the ones that aren't doing this are going to fall behind and they're going to lose money. So that's why you have to jump on this stuff, ideally now. Okay, so the next thing I want to share with you is Claude. So the first one, ChatGPT operators, I'm paying $200 a month for that right now. So it's not exactly the cheapest thing, but the value I get from it, immense. Now, if we move over to Claude, the beauty of this is these are all dummy numbers that I'm going to show you. But let's say I'm evaluating a mergers and acquisitions opportunity. I could literally make a project, and I pay Claude $20 a month for this total. And I make a project, I upload all the financials of that company, and I ask it, hey, how should I think about this deal? What are the good parts? What are the bad parts? Would you do this deal if you're an M&A expert? Here's why I would do it. Here's why I wouldn't do it. And here's how I would structure it. So in this case over here, it's showing me how it might structure this deal. And the total compensation is $4.5 million. It might say, okay, if we hit these certain profit thresholds, then there's going to be this amount of compensation that's released. And if we hit these retention bonuses, this compensation will be released. Then there's key terms as well. And so I can workshop this with my strategist. No longer do I need to worry about waiting days or weeks or months to talk to a CFO or a controller. I can actually work on 80% of this, 90% of this, and then hand it over just to get them to spot check it. And I save a lot of time. I save a lot of money. And time kills all deals. You got to think about that. And so now if someone's too slow on my team, then I might just do this. And here's the other thing. Let's say they decide to leave. I might just say, okay, well, maybe I don't need to replace that headcount. Maybe I can have someone that's more fractional. And so you're going to save a lot more money. Or you might have your top strategists, but then I would say more mid-senior level people. Unfortunately, you might just not replace those people once they decide to leave your company, right? And I see a lot of companies doing that right now. In fact, I had a friend's company, they, a couple hundred people left recently, and they have thousands and thousands of people. But, for them, that's standard attrition, but they're not going to worry about it. They said, hey, we're just not going to replace a lot of these people. And we're seeing that happen with a lot of companies right now. So that's going to save you a lot on payroll, because payroll is the biggest expense. But making good decisions and making them quickly and being able to work through them with an infinitely patient strategist, an AI strategist that is also getting smarter, that's worth the $20 a month. All right, so I wanted to take a second to tell you about my ad agency, Single Grain. We're a performance digital marketing agency, and we focus primarily on working with B2B companies and e-commerce. So performance marketing, that's SEO, that's paid media, that's CRO, that's ad creative. And there are a whole host of other things that we're doing with AI that's really cool. You can go to singlegrain.com to learn more. Again, it's singlegrain.com to learn more, and we'll see you on the other side. And the other thing I use it for too, these are dummy examples too. So let's say I put in hypothetical numbers here for Single Grain, which is my ad agency, right? And I said, hey, show me the delivery margins for these services over here. Basically, it said, oh, okay, well, this creative numbers over here, it seems like we need to do something about those margins. And so again, you have someone to workshop with you that's infinitely patient, and this can help you with legal stuff too, even though you should run this stuff by a lawyer as well, so this is not legal advice. But just imagine all the things you can do with this. I can upload my blood work as well, my health data, all the supplements I take, everything, all the transcripts I've had with my doctor, for example. And then I can workshop more things, more solutions, and maybe things I might have listened to on a podcast with Andrew Huberman or Dr. Peter Tia. I can ask for feedback around that stuff. And so am I going to be able to do better for my business? I'm going to be able to do better for my friends, my family around me, because I'm healthier, and I'm going to be able to live longer as well. So what is that worth to you? That's worth millions and millions of dollars. So to me, it's not how much does this thing cost necessarily, because the cost is negligible looking at all this stuff. But I just showed you the agent side of things. I showed you how you can have a CFO thought partner, CMO thought partner, a health partner as well. You can have it do an infinite amount of things for you. We have a pretty deep written culture. We write a lot of memos at the company. I have a memo project too, where I have our documentation for how to do memos. And a lot of times I might just not want to write the whole thing, and I just have it work it out with me. That's been good too. I'll give you another bonus. If you use any call recording tool, so we use Gong for sales intelligence, but we also use it internally too. We take those transcripts and we have it coach the people that maybe we want to coach them on their sales discovery calls. We want to coach them on their proposal calls. Maybe we want to coach them on their client calls. We can do all that. We're already doing this. All the time it saves, my God, amazing, right? Chef's kiss. You can do that with ChatGPT. You can use whatever LLM that you want to use here. That's what I covered, at least on the Claude side, the ChatGPT side. And there's so much more we do with these things, but I just want to give you a couple ideas that you can just take and roll with today. But now let's talk about AI avatars, because I believe this is going to be a big opportunity for this year, where you can drive millions and millions of views very quickly and drive hundreds, if not thousands of email signups as well. And then you're going to be able to control that audience. The beauty of this, I'm going to show you how you can start to daisy chain this stuff together. If you look at Gemini, so I also pay $20 a month for Gemini. Because Google owns Gemini and they also own YouTube, I take all the YouTube videos that I have and I'll say, this, for example, was a speech I did in Germany. I want the key points where I can maybe outline into a LinkedIn post or a Twitter post or an X post, sorry. Or I want a script for a short form video. I asked for the key points. It gave me the key points over here. Beautiful. Time saved. Now, I also want it to give me a bunch of ideas over here. It gave me a bunch of ideas. It also gives me thumbnail ideas too. It also gave me the idea for this video, which is what I'm talking about here. This is the AI marketing stack, adding millions to my business, something like that. And now I want thumbnails for it. So it's doing that. But it also gave me 50 ideas or so. And then I wanted it to break down the ones that are more likely to have a high viewership and a high conversion rate, because I want to drive leads ultimately for my ad agency Single Grain or my ABM product Carrot. This saves a lot of time ultimately, and so a lot of the thinking comes off my plate. Or for example, if I want to do a really in-depth ABM tutorial video, I can use deep research by Gemini and it comes up with the outline over here, and I can take this outline and I can dump it into Gamma, so Gamma, gamma.app, and it'll make a presentation for me. We have a template, I'll make a presentation and I'll say, this is what I like, this is what I don't like about the presentation I made. Make it less focused on text and make it focus on one big idea per slide, because that's how I like to present. And that's going to guide future YouTube videos as well, where I do more tutorials like this. And by the way, if you like videos like this, leave it in the comment. Let me know what else you want to hear around AI, marketing, and business, because I'm just going to keep covering that stuff moving on, because I'm super excited by this, as you can tell. I showed you how we use Gemini over here. There's obviously a lot of more things that you can use with Gemini. They have a lot of new models that come out all the time. But the cool thing is, talking about making AI avatars from this, I can create a script, a 60-second script. And then what I do is, I'm going to give you an example. Check this out. I took the script, I dumped it into HeyGen, which is an AI avatar product. And then I took my voice, you heard my voice over there, I dumped it into 11 Labs, and 11 Labs will integrate with HeyGen via API. And then the B-roll that you're seeing right now, the B-roll is coming from Opus. I take the script, I dump it into HeyGen, it makes the raw video, and then I take that video, I dump it in Opus, and it'll come up with the B-roll for it. It can be AI generated B-roll, which is what you see on the screen over here, or it can be stock footage B-roll. That's how these AI avatars are going to, we're gonna see a lot more AI avatars making content. This was my very first one, and this one got 11 shares, 16 saves, 16 comments, 49 likes, and 4,500 views. So it's not bad. It's like my best videos obviously will get millions of views. Imagine if I keep publishing a lot, maybe 3 per day, something like that, and I'm covering the latest news, I'm probably going to get a lot of views. And if I'm combining it with ManyChat to pick up when people are leaving a comment and then collecting emails that way, that's going to be great. I think we're going to see a lot of people abuse this maybe maybe this year. I think this is going to be one of the marketing strategies. By the way, how's an agent going to do this? I believe that whether you're using Operator or there's other things like Claude computer use, a lot of the stuff you just see me clicking through over here, once I make a screen share and I share it with the AI, the agent, it will help me do these because everything's already there. We can have a human do it for 10, 20 times or so, and then screen share every single one, and then just make it a long screen share, and then the AI consumes it, and then we're good to go. What does that mean? Does that mean there's gonna be a lot more slop on the internet? Possibly. I think when we cross that bridge, I think what's gonna happen is people are gonna want more authentic content, and we're gonna see the ability for social networks to verify whether a piece of content was created by an actual human or an AI. So I think that's gonna happen in the near future because humans are gonna still want more stuff from humans. That's that on the AI avatar side of things. LinkedIn ads are great, but let me give you the bad news first. The bad news is that you can't personalize the ads and you can't scale out the ads as quickly. The good news is if you're in the B2B space, you're doing account-based marketing, we have a solution for you called Carrot. That's K-A-R-R-O-T. And the good news is that you can create a lot of these campaigns with the click of a button. You can personalize the ads, and there's a whole host of new things that are coming. If you want to get on the waitlist, just go to carrot.ai. Again, it's carrot.ai, and we'll see you on the other side. And the final thing I'm going to show you is using AI coding editors. What I mean by that is what used to take me days or weeks to generate a prototype, now it takes me minutes to do so. And you can use Replit, which is what you see on the screen over here, or you can use Cursor, or if you want to make a landing page, you can use V0. All these are very good, and I think they're all going to continue to get better. They're all going to be great. What we did is we went to Claude for one of our clients on the single ring side, and they build homes. And we said, hey, what's an out-of-the-box idea that they can do to generate more leads and generate more traffic? So you can see over here, why don't you just make like a home design studio, 2D editor, 3D preview. Here, at least, you have we can call this a wireframe, but you can ask it to make it more full-fledged, and you just keep prompting it to add features that you want, prompt it to make it look the way that you want. This just saves a lot of time ultimately. And what this means is a lot of companies are going to build a lot more prototypes faster, or a lot more products faster. And what that means is, okay, time to market. You get it out there faster, you're going to get customers faster, you're going to add millions to your business. So you can do this for landing pages, you can do this for products. I think this is great. Our developers, I would say, that use Cursor are 5 times faster, and they think they're going to get even faster. So I think this is great. And I'm even going to throw in a bonus before we get out of here. So if you want to be faster with your note taking, we use Granola. Granola sits in your Zoom meetings, your Google Meet meetings. It'll add the notes into HubSpot. It'll find the right contact. It'll add it in there. But it's the best note-taking app that I've seen. And what it does is, even if you added notes, it'll add on top of it. It'll add more context. It's just the best note-taking app that I've seen. And you can directly share it to Slack. You can share the text. You can share the link as well. So Granola has been great. Again, I don't have any financial stake in any of these businesses, or like a investment stake, I should say. The last one I'll give you is Whisperflow. So it's WISPR, and it allows you to dictate, and obviously you dictate a lot more faster than you type. And I've used it a couple times, and when I do use it, it helps quite a bit, because sometimes I just want to riff stream of consciousness, and it does a really good job with that. And so you might be dictating around something that you want to have an AI do, for example. Well, sometimes you can explain the whole context, especially when you're using the O1 model with ChatGPT. It requires a lot of context, and you can fill it in just by talking to it. So that's what I would say. I mean, I would encourage you to test a lot of this stuff on your own, but also if you want to understand more about this, I'm going to continue to be adding to this stack, and things will change over time. So if you want more, obviously be checking more of these videos. Let me know in the comments below what else you'd like to hear around AI, marketing, and business. You guys help shape the content around this channel. That being said, click on the link somewhere over here to check out what I think about AI agents in general and how they're going to affect everything, because I think we're just, again, scraping the surface right now. So check out that video somewhere over here, and we'll see you on the other side.